We are on Parashat Miketz, and we spoke about איש כפתרון חלומו. חלום ראוי לפתרון שנפטר לנו ודומה לו. Now, Bechor, listen to this. After Yosef was in jail, this butler and the baker was also in jail. How long this butler and baker was in jail? Who knows?
2 years.
1 year, 12 months. Hashem made it purposely because it's a time already for Yosef to come out. So Hashem has to make story in order to take them out. My friend, look at how Hashem runs the world. It's unbelievable. My friend needed a job very, very much. Mamash was difficult for him. And start doing Daf Yomi. Daf Yomi, Gemara. Every day, Gemara. I tell him, why you start doing this Daf Yomi? We have to do other things. I say, I don't know, it's interesting me. I want to continue doing Daf Yomi. Bechor, one rabbi had a class of Daf Yomi. He stopped, he had to move, he moved somewhere, and that group didn't have a teacher. He says, they were looking for somebody that is in the topic. He said, look at this. I started Daf Yomi 100 days ago. Every day. He says, tell the Jews, I didn't know why I started it. But Hashem said, I'm preparing you. He didn't think about it in his last dreams. So he tells me, on this upcoming Sunday, they are going to do Siyum HaSechet for the Baba Batra. That they just, everybody finished already. They already delayed because there was no rabbi for a few days until they found him, and he's going to do with them the Siyum HaSechet. So I said, unbelievable how Hashem makes things happen. So I said the same thing over here. The butler and the baker. The butler and it's in a different city. The butler and the baker, Hashem make them have dreams, make them go into jail, make them a whole problem over there because we need to take out Yosef. So Hashem prepares it for him. Now comes the Sar in front of Paro, and he says, "Et chata'ai v'sham itanu v'nachlema halom." Comes right now the Sar v'edaber Sar mashkim et Paro le'emor. The butler Bechor comes in front of the Paro, the butler. And he says, Paro, I'm sorry to tell you, remember you put me in jail because the fly was inside the cup of wine. I made a mistake. You put me in jail. Over there in jail, he says, we had Na'ar, Ivri, Eved. We had in jail a young guy. He is from the Jews, and he is a slave. It says, why did you present to Paro, Yosef, young guy, Jew, slave? Why are you speaking in such a way? It says, look at the Rashaim, a person that pays back bad for somebody that did to him good, in Hashem's eyes is the biggest Rasha. And Hashem cursing him. He says, Arurim HaReshaim. Curse the Reshaim. Shele'olam en tovatam shlema. You right now coming to Paro to say to Paro recommendation about Yosef, nachon? That you have a problem, Paro, you have a dream, nobody can redeem it to you, reveal it to you, interpret it to you. Well, that's what Yosef. Kasha Yosef. Why you say we have a youngster, he's a Jewish, with Jews over there was like, very bad to look at him. He was a slave. Why you have to speak all these bad things? It says to tell you, Rasha can never pay back 100% good. That's a big lesson for us, Rabotai. Somebody that did good to you, you have to remember that good for many, many years. Many. Look how many years we're talking about. Long time. Still have to remember that. Na'ar, בלשון ביזיון, לגנותו נתכוון, כמו נער שוטה. אג'ינטה פעם פצען, מלאדוי. שוטה, Rashi says. He wanted to say to Paro, he's שוטה. But he knows how to interpret dreams. עברי, אפילו לשוננו איננו מכיר. He says, even to speak our language, he doesn't know. He is a Jew. He doesn't know Egyptian. עולה חדש. עבד, כתוב בנימוסי מצרים, שאין עבד מולך בארץ מצרים. It says, in the constitution, or constipation, whatever you call it, of Egypt, was written that slave can never become a king. So he tells to Paro, make sure tomorrow don't put him as a king. Why? I told you he's a slave, and in the Constitution, it says of Egypt, it says slave cannot be ever a king. איש כחלומו לפי החלום והקרוב לעניינו. השיב על כני, פרעה הזכיר למעלה, כמו שאמר פרעה קצר על עבדיו. מי שבידו להשיב הוא פרעה, וכן דרך כל המקראות, אוקיי? מן הבור, מבית הסוהר, שהוא עשוי כמין גומה, וכן כל בור, לשון גומה הוא. ויגלח, נער בכור, he comes out on ראש השנה. יוסף הצדיק comes out from the pit. когда был это? ראש השנה. That day, he goes and he shaves. בכור, what does he shave? That's the mistake everybody makes.
Here?
Do you know in Hebrew there is a difference between haircut and shaving your beard? Shaving your beard is called
Shaving the beard.
there is no such a term. People in Israel, Israelitani, they made a new terminology that cutting hair for the face is called legaleach. And cutting hair for the hair of the head is called listaper. But that's not true, according to Torah. According to Torah, there is two levels of haircuts, not two locations of haircuts. Listaper is to shorten your hair. Litgaleach is to make zero your hair. From the word legalot. Galeach from the word legalot. What is legalot? To reveal your scalp. Listaper is to shorten. So there was a disrespect back in the day. If you have hair over here, it's disrespect. People that did not have manners had a hair over here. That's Abechor, you're good. If you had hair in your head, it was disrespect. Kohen Gadol had to get shaved every single day. King every single day. Had to shave. Maybe king, I think, once a week. Kohen Gadol once a week. Yes. Now listen, don't call me peot, obviously. Peot used to leave. Peot used to leave. But everything else, like Hasidim, that used to be the respectful haircut back in the day. Not to have any hair on your front. So it says Yosef, they took out of the pit, Vaigalach simlotav. Vaigalach. Torah says, I'm reading to you, Vaigalach, Vaichalef simlotav. And they shaved him. Shaved where, Becho? The head. Okay? Yeah. Vayavo el paro. So question is, Bechor, yeah, you're supposed to take it off. Everything zero. Нулевка, yeah. Матхиль. What's сейчас? No. He says the Hasidim, he says that they're not a rabbi, that he has no hair on his bald. But it's irrelevant. Those type of conversations are irrelevant. The point we need is that Yosef HaTzadik coming out of the pit. What day comes out? Rosh Hashanah. How did he shave? Bechor, can you shave on Rosh Hashanah? Rosh Hashanah Trivit Shalkak, how did you shave? So a goy can shave you on Rosh Hashanah? Huh?
If you come from
So says Halacha that in order to respect the king, you're allowed to violate Isur de Rabbanan. Chachamim said that our averot, our restrictions, you can bypass in kavod of the king. And this concept repeats itself many times in Halacha. It's also in Masechet Brachot, you have it. I believe page Yutet, Amud Bet. The Gemara says over there that whenever Kohanim, are they allowed to go to cemetery? No. Doraita or Rabbanan? Rabbanan. Not Midoraita. Because they're not touching the dead people. They're just the Tum'ah that we're afraid maybe there is no tefach of Tum'ah over there that left. Maybe it fell, collapsed. So the Tum'ah goes all the way to Shamayim. That's the fear Chachamim had. Says the Gemara that two rabbis in Beta Kvarot, in the cemetery in Eretz Israel, jumped over, of Kahana over there, Gemara says, jumped over graves in order to run to see, give respect to the king. Gemara says, how did they do that? They make Averah, the Kohen, how do you go to cemetery? Says the Gemara, you go to the cemetery, it's Asur Midirabbanan, in honor of the king. No problem, allowed. So said the same thing Yosef HaTzadik. Yosef is a Jew. He is not allowed to shave honor of a king. Chobubila, nilzah. So how did he do it? A goy did it for him. Since a goy did it for him, I still asur. Goy doing for you, Rosh Hashanah is shaming you. Says, who said he's not allowed to tell a goy to do something for you? Torah or Rabbanan? Rabbanan. In honor of the king, it is allowed.
By Kabbalah,
Moshe, we got it?
Rabbi, by Kabbalah is not allowed to.
Oh,
take a
true.
haircut
By Goyim.
By Goy, because
Nachon?
he puts the hituma in
Nachon. You cut your tzelem off, you're right.
It's the tzelem.
Yeah, נכון? Yeah. תשמע חלום לפתור אותו. You see, Moshe, look what's written here. תשמע חלום לפתור אותו, הכיר ובית. תבין חלום ותפתור אותו. תשמע לשון הבנה והאזנה. שומע יוסף. You see? It says in Hebrew, this Israelis also got wrong. Today ask Israeli, what's the difference between Shema and Ta'azim? Ask Israeli today. What's the difference between Shema and Ta'azim? He'll tell you, the Israeli will tell you, Shema is hear. A Ta'azim is listen. На русском я не знаю разница, как сказать. Aaron, how do you say? Hear and listen.
Слышу и слушай.
Как?
Слышу.
Слышу это общее.
Не, слышу это...
Listen.
אני שומע.
אני שומע.
כן.
איך אומר I listen? I am listening.
אני שומע.
No, in Hebrew.
Слушаю.
Слушаю.
И слышу.
Слышу, это just hear.
Общее.
Everybody. Слышу.
So you got the point. So here it says that Paro talks to Yosef. He says, Yosef, look at the language. ואני שמעתי עליך, תשמע חלום לפתור אותו. You listening to the halom and you to the dream, and you know how to interpret it. Paro tells to Yosef, I heard that you are listening and you interpreting it. You're not just interpreting. You're not just hearing. Are you listening carefully? Means to say every single detail. And that's what Rashi says over here. See? Look at Rashi here. Lashon havana ve'ha'azana. Hearing and listening and understanding. You have to listen and understand. Why it's important to know, Bechor, when you say Shema Yisrael, what do you have in mind?
Listen, O Israel.
When you listen,
The neshama.
understand.
Understand.
Lekabel
Mekabel.
את זה. You have to grab it, not grab it. I said, accept it. Accept it.
Принять.
Принять. Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hashem our God, Hashem is one.
It's like a muzzle they put in the, the cow. We have to take the whole Malchut Shamayim.
All Malchut Shamayim. But it's important to know because whenever you say Shema Israel, you have to know the meaning of Shema Israel. And here in our parasha, you will see that Paro tells to Yosef, "Ve'ata tishma halom liftor oto." You are listening, understanding it, getting it inside your system, and then you're interpreting it. Это важно знать эти слова, потому что we use those words in our tefillah. And if you don't understand that, you're not saying the Chovah. Kabel ve'haven Israel, it says in the halakha. Okay? Now pay attention, Bechor, what happens? Paro, Bechor John, Yaakov, Paro says to Yosef, you know how to interpret dreams. Why Paro tells to Yosef, you. Paro wanted to put Ayn around Yosef. How do you put Ayn around people?
Say something good.
You are good, you. Your hands, Bechor, knows how to make jewelry, unbelievable. Your hands knows how to make haircut, number one. Your hands knows how to fix teeth, number one. You.
מעט מהשם.
How do you remove the Ayn hara? Look what Yosef tells him. What Yosef answers him? Vaya'an Yosef et Paro lemor. Yosef answers to Paro and he says, בלעדיי, אלוהים יענה את שלום פרעה. בלעדיי, בעברית תשאל יותר? בתניה. This is not me. אלוהים יענה את שלום פרעה. God is the one that puts the words in my mouth to tell you what's the interpretation of the dream. Why Yosef tells it to you, Paro? He says Paro wanted to put that Ayn hara on Yosef. Yosef said there is one way how to remove Ayn hara. How? To not take the credit to yourself. No. That all the talent and all the talents that you have, it's not from your hand. Не потому, что ты такой умный, уютный, аккуратный. Don't think it's because of you. It's because of Akadosh Baruch Hu gave you that talent. Это когда запомнишь, you're never gonna have ga'ava, you're never gonna have the гордость. You're always going to be down to earth person. When you're down to earth, you don't expect. Behor, how do you know if you have ga'ava in your life? No, how do you know you have ga'ava? How do you know you have ga'ava in this world?
Expecting things.
Whenever you're coming home and you're expecting something from your wife, you should know you have ga'ava. You have issue of ga'ava. Это болезнь это. О, я муж.
Хроническая болезнь.
Да, очень плохая болезнь это. Rabbi, all day I'm working. I don't deserve. Hi, my dear husband. I don't deserve. If you think, Bechor, that you deserve, you have ga'ava. Момент, когда ты это думаешь, я удостоен, чтобы она мне здрасте сказала.
Тапочки где?
Ты так думаешь просто, чтобы тебя знал, уже внутри у тебя кипит гава. Гордость. People think гордость, когда ты матерщины слова говоришь, как кричишь. Вот это гордость. А если я зашел домой, он мне здоровается, не сказал, Рабай, что я плохого сделал? Torah says, you think you deserve something, means you're good. You did something good, therefore she have to return to you good. And if she does not return to you good, I'm gonna show her. Если я ее не переспитаю, Рабай, кто ее на место поставит? I have to get the job done. Что ее папа, мама не сделали, я должен закончить сделать.
Good luck.
That's Rabotai. Paro want to do on Yosef. Yosef, you good. You good. You interpret dreams. What did Yosef say? Don't put ayn hara on me. Elohim ya'aned shlom Paro. Don't make me feel ho, and then will you put on me ayn hara. Out of 100 people, Gemara says that are buried in the ground, 99% died because of ayn hara. Look the power of ayn hara. Where did we get the ayn hara from? Where do we get the ayn hara? From that gordas. You want to be away from the ayn hara? Put down that gordas. I don't deserve nothing. All my talents in this world, it's not because of me, it's because of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.